Hello, this is the Prince of Macedon, doing a commentary battle on the Macedonian Ruins. This is a Thrace versus Greece battle. I am the Thracians, and I forgot my opponent's name. Let's look at my army first. I have 6 units of Bastarnae, 6 units of Peltast, and 4 squadrons of militia cavalry. This is a barbaric Thracian army, the way that the Thracians used to fight. That is, lots of guys with these kind of swords. And the mainstay of their army would be Peltast. That was a Thracian specialty. In fact, the origins of Peltast comes from Thrace. And the Greeks, when they picked it up, they actually learned it from the Thracians. And another specialty of the Thracians was their militia cavalry. Alright, so let's look at my opponent's army. Let's go here. This is the army of Samurai. He has 5 heavily upgraded Spartan units here, and 1 unit of onagers. So this is kind of like the army I used in my last battle, except there's one more unit of Spartans, and there's no Cretan unit. So yeah, this is my native Thracian army here. I mean, by native, I'm not saying I'm a native, but I mean, this is my barbaric Thracian army. If you look closely, these guys are wearing the Phrygian helmets. It's called Phrygian because there was a region in the old times called Phrygia, and the inhabitants wore this conical cap that kind of bent forward at the very top. Later Macedonians army used this too. They called it the Phrygian. And in Republican Roman times, it was actually a symbol of freedom of slaves. When they were freed from their masters, they wore what they call a Phrygian cap. Later cultures actually adopted this symbol as a symbol of freedom. You remember the cartoon The Smurfs? The Smurfs also wore a Phrygian cap. Maybe that was a symbol of freedom, perhaps? Not really sure. I wasn't really a hardcore Smurf fan, to be honest. But I'm gonna bring my Smurfs to battle here. So yeah, my opponent, he's whacking me with his onagers. Well, I'm not gonna say whack because he's missing every shot. But yeah, the Thracian army, yeah, they specialized in militia cavalry. This is historically speaking, and they're Peltast. The Peltast would actually be wearing Phrygian caps as well. But here they look like a generic type of Peltast here. Alright, so I'm going to surround this guy. And another specialty of the Thracians was fighting on hilly terrain like this. They probably wouldn't have brought as many militia cav. They probably would have brought more Peltast in this kind of terrain. But since I have my cav, I'm going to use them to the full extent. So I'm going to rush around like this. And I'm going to surround this guy from all sides. This is nothing new for me. I always do this kind of stuff. Here's the Spartans. These guys are about to meet Thracian warfare at its most barbaric. The Bastarnae, they're pretty good units, but at low money, the Falxmen, they can do just the same thing, and at a discount price. But I figured these guys would be better for this kind of video, because they look cooler than the Falxmen. And they don't wear those pretty hideous pants that Falxmen wear. Instead they have these luau outfits. Okay, so I'm on all sides here. Now I'm going to skirmish him Thracian style. Yeah, I could have brought archers, but that would have been too easy. I like giving myself challenges for some of my videos. Here comes some Peltast here. Yeah, these shields are wrong too. They should be having the same shields of the Bastarnae. Okay, he got to my horses with that shot. About 4 of them, I think. But yeah, as I said, onagers, they're pretty harmless, to be honest. I mean, if you make a whole crapload of them, then it's kind of cool. But then you're gambling. You're making a big gamble that the opponent won't close on you. On a hill map, yes, onagers are pretty effective. but he has no archer support. So anyways, I'm going to shower this guy with my javelins here. Here's the situation. I'm going to work on these guys first. This unit's down to 64 men already. That was a Spartan weakness, historically speaking, was the reliance on heavy infantry. If you guys remember how a Greek army actually slaughtered the Spartan army using just a bunch of like light infantry units. So this is kind of sweet. Alright. So he's going to rush forward here with this one Spartan unit. Well, I wouldn't call it rushing, but he's going to move forward. And that's a tactical mistake, because I can isolate this unit now. So I'm going to hit it with my peltist, because they're pretty vulnerable when they're moving like this. So he's going to rush forward here and try to take out some peltist. That's a huge gamble. Now I'm going to surround him on all sides here. Now, this unit is isolated. If he rushes forward with the rest of his army, I can hit them from the sides, in the rear. So here comes my Bastarnae, they're going to take part in this action. Yeah, from the front, Spartans will own me. But the key is not to attack him from the front. So I'm going to whack him like this. Yeah, the rest of his army, they're just kind of sitting back there. Alright, this guy, he's going to break forward with his general. But that's another isolated unit. These guys are already history. There's only 18 of them left. Alright, so now he's... If you look at his general unit, he's kind of lost too. That one's done for. They're fighting to the last man now. Now I'm going to swing back here and take out this general unit. It's too late for them. They've marched too far forward. Yeah, this guy really had no choice, because he has no light infantry. So he could have sat there and got shot with my javelins, or he could have ventured forward like this and get killed. That's what happens when you bring an imbalanced army like that. You leave yourself vulnerable to all kinds of tactical mistakes. So this general is going to be history. There he goes. He could have went forward with his whole army too. Like, instead of isolated attacks, he could have done a whole thing of army troops. But then my guys are faster than him, then I could have just skirmished him to death. So either way, this guy was vulnerable to skirmish attacks, regardless of how he attacked. So here's the situation now. Yeah, this guy's completely vulnerable. Even with all these upgrades that he has, like, when they're surrounded, it's hard to fight like that. Even for Spartans. Alright, so, here's the situation now. I lost my general too, but I didn't really need him to begin with. So, all around, his troops are routing now, except for this one right here. This is the last of his Spartans, the last stand. So we're going to watch this close up here. Watch how these guys try to resist the Thracian menace. Alright, they are routing now, but they can't escape, so they're fighting to the last man. It's a good thing I brought my Smurfs here. Alright, that was a Thracian victory there. Very barbaric. That was a heroic victory. I had 413 kills, with 826 men surviving, and Samurai had 402 kills, with 4 men surviving. Good game to Samurai.